Guys and dolls, it's Tuesday today, and it's taking the bulging out. And just want to address a couple of wee things, a couple of people that don't know me, really, and I haven't shaved. I haven't stopped. There's been a lot happening, so there has in my life. All good, positive stuff, but it's just been really busy. Looking after people and looking out for people, and I enjoy it. I really do, but I just have enough time to jump in the shower and I get the razor out in the mirror. But people saying to me like, "You not worry about what you're doing, because you're quite strong in your beliefs." But the people that do know me, that have been there all my life, totally understand it, because they've been through the journey with me. They've seen me, they've known me since my mum died, and then they watched me grow up. Because remember, I was in children's homes and institutions, and they watched some of the stuff that's been done to me. Some of the stuff I haven't addressed, Some of it's quite difficult for so many different reasons, and I don't think I'll ever go down that road unless I need to, And there may come a time when I do need to, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But yeah, I've got an axe to grind, for a better word, And I've never been hateful or anything like that. I've always seen myself as a survivor, somebody that's strong. I always looked at because remember, I've never had counselling. All they ever did was use violence. And I'm no kidding you on, from silly ages, 11 and 12, being pinned down constantly and getting caned and all the time. Rulers and canes over my hands constantly, just a regular occurrence. And then into the systems, like the prison system at 16, and then, screws didn't mess about back in the day. But nor did I. You see, this was the thing, because I've always been quite strong. I've always, when they put me in the digger in solitary confinement, and they would leave me with a Bible, just a Bible, I would read the Bible. I've read the Bible back and front, don't know many times. My views on that are quite strange as well, but that's maybe for another video. But I'm a Christian, I believe in good. I believe in the Creator, my judgment is a bit cloudy on who the Creator is, but I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. But the thing is the government were always there, When I was 16, I tried to join the army, because I've always wanted to be a soldier all my life, I grew up with soldiers, this is another thing. Where I lived in South Belfast, Balmadonna Road, the village, it was, right, I've done it in my other videos, it was next to a Republican area, and they used to come in with bombs, and if there was a roadblock, they'd leave the bomb in my area. So we had an awful lot of soldiers, Soldiers were a big part of my life, and I admired them so much. I used to collect badges from different regiments. That was my game when I was a wee boy. I used to collect all the different badges, because it was all different regiments would come in to do a tour. And they would let me hold their SLR. It's a self-loading rifle. Don't use this, SA-80 now. But it was the SLR, big long rifle, beautiful big thing. And they used to let me hold it. Amazing feeling. And then there was a time when I wasn't well. I was really not well. My mum was still here, so the memory's vague, Obviously, I don't know nothing, because my mum died, and that was it. Everything died with her. Everything. I know nothing about my birth. Know nothing about my dad. Know nothing. Still working out what I'm allergic to. But the soldiers were a big part of my life, and it was one time I was really no well, and I think it was trouble in the streets. There was always trouble in the streets. It was really, really, really bad. The bombs were the scariest, horrific. For I can remember really bawling my eyes out, terrified. They put 5 bombs in a factory a couple of streets away. Oh, it was horrific. I was about 6 or 7 at the time. So, and the soldiers, they brought an army ambulance out. I loved it, you know what I mean? I can remember lying on the settee really not well, all these soldiers being in the room, and then they take me out. I can remember seeing the Red Cross on the side of the army Land Rover, and I don't remember anything else. They must have given me something. Don't really remember anything else at all about that, but that was it, you know. That's a good enough memory to have, you know what I mean, that they were there for me. So I've always had that thing, and I understand people coming from the other side. I know you have a totally different story and opinion to mine, but that's not my fault. You've got to understand this. I'm talking to Catholics, West Belfast and that, you know, that's where you were coming from in my area. I understand your cause, you know, we all do. We were taught in the maze to understand your cause. You know, we weren't bigots, we weren't like that. You may think that, but we were educated properly about the politics of our country as young loyalist prisoners. And we were always told not to hate Catholics, you know. This is the command structure, telling the younger ones it's not about religion. Fortunately, it never filtered down, you know. When the drink gets flowing, the songs get singing, you know. It's but the cause, like, for the way we were thinking, you know, it was always that sort of line of thought. And I understand the two-tier back in them days, you know, and I was on the good end of that, so I totally get it. Because look, I'm on the bad end of it now, aren't I? That's karma for you guys, you know. If you take anything from this, you know, if you're still that bitter, there you go. That should get you through the rest of your day. But like, as I say, you know, I've got no hate for anybody. You know, it was a different way in life. People done things for different reasons and because they believed it. Well, people say I was brainwashed at a young age. You know, but that's like you tell me my ma brainwashed me, because she's the one that gave me these beliefs and feelings before she died. So she left me. I was in the band. I was in the Orange Order. Like, just as I was able to walk, I remember having to run up the Donegal Road behind the older guys and the juniors in Sandy Row. So she left me with certain things that I followed, you know, and you can fucking hate me for that if you want. You know, I'm trying to explain to you, you know, how it works for us, on our side. You know, not everybody's the same, obviously. Everybody had their own reasons for being involved. You know, but I love my country, and, you know, and the unfortunate thing was, before I was old enough and going into prison, we were taught hatred, you know. It was like, we were all in different schools, we never met each other, we were throwing stones at each other across the road every weekend. Every weekend. We were bricking each other, petrol bombing each other. Like I said, we knew each other's names. We knew your names, you knew our names. You know, there was one guy, yeah, because a lot of them are hoods, they call them hoods. People that aren't in the IRA and involved in criminality are called hoods, you know, hoodlums I suppose it comes from. There was quite a lot of wee hoods, you know. And one of them, Anton, I think he was from a short strand, was killed by the provos. And we had a whip round, all the prods, in the Woodstock Road had a whip round. We got that man a reef. We never knew that man. We threw stones at each other, slagged each other. You know, some funny banter going across the road, along with the bricks and the petrol bombs. And there were some serious beatings given out on both sides. Trust me, I've been at the end of some of them beatings and that bridge going across from the town, getting caught by the short strand. You just get by the market boys and then you get caught by the short strand boys. It's no fun, you know. So if any of you hate me that much and would like to do something, you've already done it. You've done it over and over again. You know, and that was before I was 16, I think I was even before I was 14. We're getting bait silly. But both sides were as bad, you know. But the reason why I do this is because I'm having a wee girl. And I've had a wee bit of an awakening as well, you know. But that's another video for another time, because that's quite heavy duty stuff, like quite scary stuff, you know what I mean? It's quite unbelievable, but it is really truthful. What I've got to say is, like, I'm going to lead you, the people that say it better. I'm going to give you an idea of what I'm talking about in a video, and then tell you to go and watch this particular guy, because I don't pretend to know it all, and I don't watch somebody's video and go, oh, I'm going to pretend that came out of my head. That's what I say to you, comes out of my head. I don't copy people. People give me ideas, and I'll put, if I get an idea or a thing, I'll put the link in at the bottom of the video so you can watch the full video where I got the idea from, or what's awakened me, sort of thing. But you know, like, I'm getting hate, you know, I'm getting hate. there's some people still really living in the past, you know, on both sides, and I can't appeal to the ones on my side because it's not my place. I can't do that, right? And I don't know if it's a moral thing or what, but I could never tell one of my own boys not to go down a path that they choose to go down. You got to understand that. Whether I think it's the right path or not, I can't do that. You know, that's down to bigger people than me. You know what I mean? But I can't address you guys, Catholic guys, and I can say to you, like, with an open heart, I hold no animosity towards you, no matter what you have done. You know, all right. There's maybe one or two. You know, I'm definitely not going to say their names. There's maybe one or two that I know personally have done things that I know about and they're close to my heart. Right, so that's difficult. You know, that is really difficult. I'm a man. You know, I'm being totally honest here. You know, that's a difficult one to get past and over. But you know, I'm only human. But I do love everybody the same. And like I say, when I was in England when I was 18, I got 6 years for a building society robbery, and I was in with an IRA boy that was in doing 8 years for a bank robbery. And the two of us were in a cell next door to each other. And honestly, I don't think I would have got through that sentence if it wasn't for that man. I learned so much from that man. And we've never spoke. We knew, see, when we were together in that jail, we knew we would never speak again when we were outside the jail. We never knew we would never contact each other. And we knew we could never be friends. How nuts is that? Now, this was like a brother to me. You know, we stood back to back against so much danger in that jail. Aylesbury, young offenders jail for long-term prisoners. So two things you need to be aware of. One, they're all really young guys. And two, they're all doing a really long time. One of the most dangerous jails I've ever been in my life. And that's 12 jails in England, 5 jails in Scotland, and 4 jails in Northern Ireland. And Aylesbury was the worst jail, hardest jail, scariest jail. You ever had a feeling, a saying, cut an atmosphere with a knife? That's when I realised at 18, that saying was for real. Because you could feel the atmosphere. You walked in this wing, A wing, brutal. 60%, it was about 65, maybe 70% black, young black guys from London, and they were brutal. Yeah, I'll be honest, they were brutal. It was a different way of life. Them boys, you know, a totally different way of life. I couldn't understand anything they were saying. You know, they walked with a thingy and all that, and the jeans hanging off the thingy and all. And you had a group of white guys that thought they were black and would talk like them, walk like them, and all the rest. It was quite confusing for a young Belfast boy. Quite confusing for the two of us, you know, so it wasn't like we had no choice, you know what I mean? We were two guys that could hold our own. It wasn't our first rodeo, you know what I mean? And that's the truth. I mean, you might think I'm just talking shit, but I could hold my own at 18. Because I'd already done, I don't know if you'll see them, 2 deer. You're not going to see them. They just jumped that fence. You heard the fence? That was 2 deer jumping the fence. They're Rofsky. It's like, they've put me right off. But yeah, we could hold our own. You know, he could hold his own, you know. But, some situations we got into, like, and, yeah, we end up both getting shipped out to different jails, you know, so. And then, it just goes on and on, that particular story, like, but, no, that was the last time I seen him, you know. And boy, what would we like to meet him again, you know what I mean, 30 years later. You know, over 30 years later, it'd be amazing, so it would, but I don't even know if he's still alive. And I would never put his name out here because I wouldn't do that to him because it's not fair, you know, because I don't know what situations he's in over there. And I've already just said he was in the IRA, so I can't really name the guy. That would be nuts, you know. I'm not telling you anything the police don't already know. I'd never tell you anything the police don't already know. I would never talk about anybody still alive, like name them, you know. But yeah. The reason why I do it is because I can see a bigger picture. I'm concerned. I'm concerned now. I'm really concerned. If I thought I was concerned before when I was a loyalist or unionist or whatever you're going to call me, I'm really concerned now. Frightened a wee bit, like, by what I see with the Labour government, and I can't say nothing. I can't do nothing. Like, I have to try and do something, you know. You know, and this is what I'm saying. Us guys, Protestants and Catholics, we've been through the troubles. I'm not talking about the young ones here. I'm talking about the older ones, because we can infiltrate. We can not infiltrate. We can influence the younger ones. You know, it's hard to get through the younger ones because they want to live what we lived. You know, the stories and the songs and everything. It is a wee bit exciting. You know what I mean? So I understand. I get that, but us older ones, you know, it's not the way forward. You know that. I know that. You know, there's a bigger picture going on here. We all know that, and we've got to put our differences aside. We cannot. We've got no choice. We've got absolutely no choice. We can go on hitting each other all we want, you know. But while we're doing that, other stuff will be going on, and by the time we realise, it's going to be too late. It's going to be way too late, guys. You know. So you've got grandchildren. I know you've all got kids. I'm 55 and I'm just having my first child, so I know you are all on your grandchildren now. You know, and you know that's what you need to think about. You know what I mean? You don't have to apologise. I don't need to apologise. We don't need to apologise to anybody, to each other. You know what I mean? We don't have to get on. You know, not everybody has their arguments and ups and downs, but you know, we know what lines not to cross, and we know what not to talk about. We know what buttons to push. And we need to always understand that. You know what I mean? That's you know, that's what I'm about to start with. You know what I mean? There's more to me than that, like, but it would be nice if I could. You know, I'm getting a lot of love from all sides right now, and it's brilliant. So it's like, it would be nice if one of you would come on and do this as well. You know, that's what I really want you to do. You know, there's people that do this, and some of them are doing it for money. I get that. You know, it's a way of making money. You know, but I think the message gets lost in that a wee bit. You know what I mean? Because it's always an underlying thing that goes there. You know, you think to yourself, what's making you passionate about doing these videos? You know, and there's always that underlying thing with the money. You know what I mean? And I get that. Times are hard. And I don't fault you for it. I'm just saying the message gets lost a wee bit. And I know there's guys out there are able to do better talkers than me, more educated than me. You know what I mean? You can do this. We can all do this. You know, all you got to do is come out and say, listen, I'm a Catholic in Belfast and I want to put my point across here right now. I've got nothing against any other Protestants in this country. You know, there's a bigger picture. That's all you need to say. You know, it's difficult. You know what I mean? But I think we all should do it. I think we all should do it. Every one of us. Why not? Can't lock us all up. They can't, you know, to be honest with you, TikTok's going mental right now. Absolutely mental. They're running after their own tails, trying to shut people down and shut comments down. And honestly, I don't know how they're coping with it. They must be. There will be at one stage when these companies are going to go, hold on a wee minute. It seems to be the whole population is against the Labour Party, and all we're doing is deleting people and taking people off that are actually like just saying what everybody else is thinking, and we're shutting them down. And then all people are doing is leaving TikTok and going to X. You understand? So Facebook's already took a pattern. Oh, you'll never know. They'll never tell you. Oh, I'd love to know the figures for that. I would love to know the figures for that. In the last year, how many people? In the last 2 months, I'd love to know how many people's left Facebook. Honestly, I suppose a lot of people will leave their accounts running and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But most people will shut them down out of protest, you know what I mean? Because we are right. Whether you agree with me on this particular thing about the Protestant Catholic thing, you know what I mean? I totally get where you come from on both sides. My guys and you guys, I get you. I totally 100% get it, you know what I mean? It goes a lot deeper than, you know what I mean? And the history and the uprising and, you know, even going back to the Battle of Boyne. But we're going back hundreds of years, guys. It's time to stop. It's time to stop going back and start looking forward. Nobody's looking forward right now. Everybody's spending too much time remembering. And we can remember and we can celebrate. Yeah, we have days a year. You have the 9th of August. We have the 12th of July. We have our days. You know, I know for a fact the 12th of July Catholics are invited and are welcome at our parades. That's 100%. You know, 110%. I know that, you know. And the mood of Northern Ireland now, hatred will not be tolerated at anything like that. If anybody is spotted to be a Catholic at one of our parades, I can assure you there'll be men there that'll stop anything happening, because we have moved on. We aren't like that. We aren't like the government have been trying to push. Because this is what's happened. We've been pushed like this. We've been pushed apart like this. We have been divided. So we have. And the only way we can get back at what's going on to us right now is by coming together. Because that's the last thing they want. Believe you me. You know, I'm a guy in a forest and I can tell you that. That's the last thing they want. They want us to be divided, because if we're divided, we're not as strong. You remember? You with me? We're too busy fucking niggling at each other. They love that. They love that. They don't even have to pay attention to us. But trust me, we start coming together, you'll see the old ears getting cocked in Westminster. Trust me on that. And it's a step in the right direction, guys. You know. I've got really thick skin, so don't bother with your hate, you know what I mean, and all the rest of it, you know, and try and tell me this, that, and the other, because I know this, that, and the other. I know this, that, and the other backwards when it comes to my country and your cause and our cause and all the rest of it. I know all the names of your dead, but just as well as I know the names of all my dead. I can sing your songs just like I can sing my songs, you know. I remember, you know, we were in jails together. We used to sing at your doors. We listened to your songs, you know. When I read the book 10 Dead Men, I was emotionally affected by it. That was when I was younger. I got nothing but admiration for them men that died in the hunger strike men. Nothing but admiration for them men for what they done. And I know there's many men like me, many loyalists like me, you know. But I can't say no more. I can't say no more. This is me reaching out an olive branch. Start the conversation, guys. Start the conversations in your pub. Go online, start the conversations online. Don't be scared to say who you were and what you were, you know. It's in the past. Be proud of what you've done. Be proud of who you are. But it's time to move forward. We done what we did because we had to do it. There was no other choice. You get me? But we don't have to do it anymore. There's no reason to do it anymore. You get me? Our communities are getting overrun by drug dealers. That's not good. You know, that's not good. This is because we're all being too quiet now. It's time to stand up. It's time to stand up and start looking around you guys. You know, the war might be over between us, but there's another war starting, guys. I'm telling you, that's for the government, and they started it. You know. Good luck to everybody. Have a good day, and God bless.